From Gord Legend getting revamped to most awaited KOF event coming back, also the Fragment shop is getting updated along with major heroes getting revamped. We have a lot to share in this video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we are going to talk about patch note 1.8.44, revamp heroes, skins and everything it came up with. Let's start this video with all the revamped heroes. First on this list is Balman with his significant buffs. Cyclone Sweep now resists crowd control interruption and grant a 15% movement speed bonus, although its base damage is reduced but with double attack speed. Balman's ultimate also gets a range increase and can't be interrupted by crowd control. But with a longer cooldown, now 30 to 24 seconds, these upgrades bolster Balman's battlefield presence, ensuring a more impactful and fluid combat experience. Next is Nana with her buffs. Nana has received a buff that enhances both her skill 2 and ultimate. The update to her skill 2 reduces the slow effect to 30%, but introduces a transformative effect on enemy hero in that area. Or alternatively, leaves a Molina for 3 seconds if no enemies are around. With her new buff, she might be more scarier than before. The ability to morph multiple enemies and the ability to zone multiple heroes will push her pick rate even more. Meanwhile, her ultimate is revamped for better control with faster and smoother 3-stage explosions, making it more impactful in team fights. These buffs significantly boost Nana's utility and presence in battles. Next is Vale with his simplification, which is an overall buff. His passive Wind Talk now remains him for active participation in team fights. Each kill or assist grants a stake, increasing his movement speed by 8 points, with the potential to stack up to 10 times. This makes Vale progressively faster and more agile in battles. Skill 1 has reworked to unleash 2 wind blades on either side of chosen area, dealing magic damage. This change enhances Vale's ability to control the battlefield and deals damage over a wider area. With the skill 2, Vale summons a windstorm that moves in a target direction, damaging and lifting enemies into the air. The storm lingers at its destination, continuously damaging enemies in close proximity. This skill enhances Vale's crowd control and area denial capabilities. This ultimate ability sees a significant upgrade. Vale conjures a large windstorm that deals sustained damage and pulls enemies towards its center. Let's move on to Barret's with his much needed revamp. Barret's in Mobile Legends get a comprehensive buff addressing issues with his passive, clunky skills. His passive sees a significant changes. Now each time a skill hits a target, Barret's gain a stake with a maximum of 10 stakes compared to the previous 25. The number of stakes required for his enhanced basic attack is reduced from 15 to 10. Additionally, his enhanced basic attack now helps maintain the passive effect, and the defense increase per stake is boosted from 3 to 6 to 4 to 10. Skill 1 is adjusted to remove the slowing effect. However, the second stage damage interval is halved to 0.5 seconds, increasing its damage output frequency. Skill 2 receives a buff. The first missile launched now damages and slows enemies by 40% for 1 second. Moreover, the missile is redesigned to ensure it pulls enemies towards Barret's, enhancing its utility. The ultimate is significantly revamped. Pressing the ultimate button now allows Barret's to charge up, during which he is immune to control effects. Upon release, Barrett dashes in the targeted direction, the sprint distance increases with charge time, and if cast is cancelled, 60% of the cooldown is refunded. These changes make Barrett more potent in initiating and sustaining fights, boosting his effectiveness in team battles and skirmishes. Let's move to Alice with a new revamp. Alice has received a mix of buffs and adjustments to her abilities, focusing on improving her gameplay pacing and skill utility. Her attributes are buffed with a new maximum mana growth of 100, up from 0, providing a significant boost to her mana pool. Alice's passive is adjusted with a completely revamped effect. It now restores 1.5% of her maximum mana every second, doubled while engaging enemy heroes. Additionally, each level increases her movement speed by 3 and healing received by 1%, enhancing her sustainability and mobility. Skill 1, however, received a nerf. Its cooldown is increased from 5 seconds to 8 seconds, requiring more strategic timing in its use. Skill 2 is buffed to have a reduced cooldown of 6 seconds. Although the immobilizing time is decreased to 0.5 seconds and the mana cost is increased to 100. These changes make the skill more frequent but with a shorter control effect. The ultimate gets a significant buff, and new effect reduces the cooldown of skill 1 and 2 by 0.2 seconds and 0.5 seconds respectively upon hitting an enemy hero. The base damage is adjusted to 30 to 90 plus 30% to 50% of magic power, no longer scaling with mana growth. The mana cost now ranges from 60 to 160, and HP regen is changed to 40 to 100 plus 30 to 50% magic power. Let's move on to Lunox with the overall revamp. Her passive gets a significant buff. Now Lunox energy is changed to 1 order and 1 chaos, simplifying her form management. Additionally, a new effect allows her skills to benefit from cooldown reduction bonuses. A revamped aspect of her passive is that Lunox's spell vamp and percentage magic penetration now converted at each other at a 1:1 ratio, depending on her form. This change offers more flexibility and a strategic depth in choosing her combat style. Skill 2 in Chaos form, however, gets nerfed. It no longer slows enemies by 10%, reducing its utility in controlling enemy movements. Both her ultimates are adjusted. The ultimate in order form loses its slowing effect on enemies, but sees a reduced cooldown, now ranging from 25 to 15 seconds, allowing for more frequent use. The ultimate in Chaos form is adjusted so that her skill 2 in Chaos form no longer costs mana for its duration, enhancing her offensive capabilities. Additionally, the visual effects for her Chaos form are optimized for a better visual experience. And finally, we have Selena with her revamp. Skill 1 in her Elven form is adjusted. A new effect now allows marks to be applied to minions, expanding her control over the lane. The damage to non-hero units aligns with that to heroes, ensuring consistency. Additionally, the explosion radius of this skill is slightly increased for better area coverage. In her Abyssal form, Skill 1 receives a buff. Striking a marked enemy now refreshes the cooldown of Skill 2, adding to her combo potential and sustained damage in fights. Skill 2 is further buffed by removing the mana cost, allowing Selena to use this skill more freely without worrying about mana management. Her ultimate is adjusted to make the cooldown affected by the cooldown reduction, previously unaffected. This change from 5.5 to 4 seconds provides more flexibility and synergy with cooldown reduction items or effects. Let's move to all the hero adjustments. First is Vexana with her significant buff. Starting with the skill 1, it now features a wider range and increased flying speed, ensuring better hit accuracy. Additionally, enemies struck by this skill will experience a slight knockback and the second blast activates much faster. However, players need to note that increased cooldown, now ranging from 14 to 11 seconds, which calls for more thoughtful skill uses. Skill 2 also sees a buff, with a reduced cast delay from 1.3 seconds down to just 0.8 seconds, enhancing Vexana's ability to react and cast quickly. While the skill no longer slows enemy, the mana cost is reduced and the cooldown is shortened, allowing Vexana to use this skill more frequently in battles. Overall, these updates to Vexana's skill not only make her more agile and responsive mage, but also amplify her presence and impact in teamfights and skirmishes. Next is Dairoth with his buff to the ultimate. Dairoth's ultimate is now more formidable. After a brief delay, he unleashes a powerful destructive strike in a chosen direction. A key feature of his optimized ultimate is its uninterruptibility. Once activated, enemies cannot disrupt it, allowing Dairoth to ensure the execution of this crucial attack. This strike deals damage to all the enemies in its path, enhancing its potential impact in team fights and when targeting key opponents. Next, Lancelot undergoes adjustments to redefine his role as a true assassin. Skill 2 is adjusted to better suit his assassin role. The base damage is tweaked to range from 170 to 245, a shift from the previous 165 to 330. The extra physical attack bonus is now more rewarding, scaling from 130% to 155% across levels, incentivizing skillful play and itemization. Lancelot's ultimate also sees adjustments. The base damage is reduced to 350 to 500 from the former 400 to 800. However, to compensate for this reduction in base damage, the total physical attack bonus is significantly increased, now scaling from 170% to 200%. This change means that as Lancelot's physical attack grows, his ultimate becomes considerably more potent. Next, we have Kimi, as receives the adjustments aimed at reducing her reliance on energy management. Skill 1 gets a straightforward buff. The energy cost for using this skill is reduced from 5 to 4. This reduction allows Kimi to use her skill 1 more frequently, enhancing her ability to engage in combat or clear waves without being overly constrained by energy limitations. Her ultimate undergoes an adjustment. The big swing time, the delay after using the skill, is reduced, allowing for smoother and quicker follow-up actions. However, the ability to regenerate energy upon hitting enemies with her ultimate is removed. This change shifts the focus from energy recovery to strategic skill use, encouraging players to be more mindful of their energy levels and skill timing. Next is Yin, with his buff specifically targeting his ultimate. Yin's ultimate cooldown is significantly reduced, now ranging from 52 seconds at its lowest level to 44 seconds at its highest. This change down from the previous 60 to 50 seconds allows Yin to access and use his ultimate more frequently. Joy receives a nerf specifically targeting her ultimate to address its overly frequent uses. The cooldown of Joy's ultimate is significantly increased to 32 seconds at all levels, a considerable change from the previous uniform cooldown of 24 seconds. Next is Bruno with his nerf to skill 1. The base damage of Bruno's skill 1 is reduced significantly. It now ranges from 100 at its lowest level to 225 at its highest level, down from the previous 120 to 270 range. Next is Guinevere with her nerf. Skill 1 is adjusted to balance her damage output. The base damage is reduced to range from 300 at the lowest level and 525 at the highest level, down from the previous 400 to 625. However, to compensate, the bonus from total magic power is increased from 100% to 125%. Skill 2 receives a direct nerf. The cooldown is increased in the early game, starting at 20 seconds and scaling down to 14 seconds at higher levels, compared to the previous consistent decrease from 17 to 14 seconds. Next is Darislav with ultimate nerf. The slow effect is reduced from 20% in the early game and 20% in the late game, diminishing its impact on enemy movement. Additionally, the cooldown is increased by 10 seconds in the early game and 6 seconds in the late game, reducing the frequency of its use. Let's move on to Masha as she undergoes adjustments to her control immunity. Her passive receives a buff. Now when Masha is down to her last HP bar, she automatically removes debuffs. This announcement boosts her survivability in critical situations, allowing her to remain a threat even when low on health. Skill 1, however, is nerfed to balance her offensive capabilities. The base damage is reduced to a range of 0 to 75, down from 0 to 100. Additionally, the physical attack bonus from Skill 1 is decreased from 30% to 20%. These changes reduce her damage output, particularly in the early to mid-game phases. Let's move on to Moscow with his adjustments to his passive. Now each of the Moscow's basic attack reduces the cooldown of Skill 1 and Skill 2 by 0.8 seconds, increasing from the previous 0.5 seconds. Let's move on to battlefield adjustments. Starting with equipment changes, Gord X has been revamped with the focus on fighters. The physical attack has been reduced from 40 to 25. The new unique passive Fighting Spirit has been reworked. Now dealing damage grants 12 extra physical attack and 2% extra spell vamp per second for 4 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. At full stakes, it deals extra 2 damage, equal to 10% of base damage. Brute Force Breastplate received changes emphasizing fighters' needs. The unique passive Brute Force is reworked. Each second after dealing damage gains 6 physical attack and magic power plus 2% extra movement speed for 4 seconds, staking up to 6 times. At full stakes, gain 15% extra control and slow duration reduction. The roaming boots now provides an extra 45% EXP and golds from assist, but only for the first 8 minutes of the match. Turtles are making a more impactful presence 10 seconds before and after they spawn or exit. The Reaver generates a strong current flowing towards or away from them, offering up to 50% extra movement speed. There is also a global notification 10 seconds before the turtle spawns, reminding players to strategize around these movements. Crabs are now easier to defeat and more rewarding. They have lower HP and little crabs won't spawn in first 2 minutes. The scavenger crabs continue to spawn instead. The EXP lane crabs now drops 3 XP scrolls for bonus EXP, and the gold lane crab drops 3 gold pieces for bonus gold. Now if you attempt to blink through a wall to a target location within the maximum distance, you will land on the side of the wall closer to your intended destination. This makes blinks more easy to use and effective. For most blink abilities, the developers increase the distance compensation when blinking through walls, whether you are targeting a direction or a specific location. As long as the arrow or circle indicator is outside of the wall, you will be able to blink through it. The developers also fine-tuned the blink indicators for several heroes to more accurately represent the actual blink distance. Auto attacks will now select targets more effectively. Once a target is eliminated, the system will intelligently search for the next most appropriate targets. This means smoother and more logical combat engagements. Developer optimized the smart targeting feature for both skills and basic attacks. This feature can be toggled on or off in the setting under controls, giving you more control over how your attacks are directed. Specific changes to how summons are targeted have been made. Summons that inherit the hero's HP will now be considered as heroes for targeting purposes. This means they can't be selected by skills that are not meant to target heroes, such as Retribution. A bug where Stalim side extra damage incorrectly triggered spell vamp has been fixed. There was an issue where Gord's skill animation wouldn't play completely. This has been corrected, so you can now enjoy Gord full skill display without any hiccups. Developers aligned the flicker direction to match the joystick direction, ensuring more intuitive and accurate movement control and faster response time. For purple users, developers have fixed the display issue with Koopa when purple uses his ultimate in low quality graphics settings. Koopa should now display correctly across all graphics settings. Now you can switch heroes and modify your desired emblems and battle spells and setups directly within the training game. without the need of exit the battle. This new feature allows for more seamless transition and more efficient training sessions. Developers made the skill wheel more sensitive. This means your skill casting will be more accurate, especially when dragging skills quickly. Look out for new damage indicators on the battlefield for better clarity during combat. This skill in jungling boots will no longer deal sustained damage to creeps after the jungler's death. Flicker's default direction has been changed from the direction the hero faces to the joystick direction. When your basic attack is on cooldown, tapping the attack button won't trigger a pursuit. The weakness finder will no longer trigger on minions after its cooldown. Developer enhanced Matilda's movement response when attacked by Yin's ultimate. Leslie E. Vexana and Chang'e has received special effect upgrades, improving both the aesthetics and performance of their skills. Guinevere's skill description has been simplified for better understanding. Just can now cast Inspire while in his nightmaric spawn form. All these changes are geared towards making your battle more intuitive, visually appealing, and strategically diverse. Let's move on to system adjustments. To optimize game performance, you can turn off hero actions on the main interface via Settings, then Interface. For devices with less than 1.5 GB RAM, hero actions will be automatically turned off. You can now turn off hero voice interactions on the main interface in Settings under Music. Mode events are now displayed in a more compact and streamlined sandbox menu. The team recruitment channel has been moved to the side menu of the chat lobby for easier access. A dedicated recruitment lobby has been added to facilitate more convenient team-ups. Team can now engage in a pre-selection process to discuss and plan their lineup. Ammonian display stage has been added to the hero interface. Heroes like CC and other Ammonian heroes will feature a new display background. The battle setups used by ranked players in their last ranked match will now be prioritized in Pro setup. During hero selection, the hero adjustment button will now feature animated effect. The how to improve feature has been removed from the post matches screen. Some hero information has been updated in the Land of Dawn world map. Tab in setting then interface during battles has been removed for low spec devices to enhance performance. Let's check out the Fragment shop updates. Get ready to check out these updates in the Fragment shop. Starting with the rare skin Fragment shop. New additions like Akai Akazon Samurai, Cyclops Deep Sea Rescuer, Layla's Bunny Babe, Cushion Cyber Ops, and Balric Tiger Claws are added. These skins are fantastic addition to your skin collections. Say goodbye for now as Skin Argus Dark Draconic, Alice Stream Glider, Aurora's Heartbreak Empress, Franco's Apocalypse, and Kufra's Desert Owl. Make sure to grab them before they are gone. Moving on to Hero Fragment shop. Exciting new heroes are coming in. You will be able to get heroes like Harith, Freya, Bruno, Lapu Lapu, Gatot Kacha, Fanny and Martis. Whether you are in the market for a new fighter or a mage, there is a perfect pick for everyone. It's time to bid farewell to Beatrix Benedetta, Lilia, Vanvan Vexana, Popol Koopa and Irithel. If any of these heroes are on your wishlist, now is the time to act. Let's move on to weekly free heroes. Holidays Hero Special lineup from 22nd to 29 are as follows. Starlight members can unwrap your exclusive holiday hero treats. These are the New Year free heroes from 29th of December to 5th of January. Starlight members got extra heroes as New Year gifts. New heroes from 5th of January to 12th of January are these. These are the extra free heroes for Starlight members. Mid-Gen hero from 12th of January to 19th of January are as follows. Plus a special lineup for our esteemed Starlight members. Weekly free heroes from 19th to 26th are as follows. And these are the extra free heroes for Starlight members. February first glimpse from 26th of January to 2nd of February are as follows. And finally, these are the extra free heroes for Starlight members. Want to be updated beforehand about all the event skins and everything related to MLBB? Make sure to hit the subscribe button as only 42.4% of you guys have done it. Let's move to events now. Season 30 will end on the 22nd of December and Season 31 will start on the 23rd of December. Get ready for free skins and bunch of rewards. The all new mythic rank skin, Faramis Infernal Magister, will also be available in Season 31. The rank badges and loading effects in ranked mode are now revamped with new designs and is already in effect. To get detailed info on how to claim mythic skin and all the free rewards, check out this video now from the top right corner. The much loved event KOFX MLBB is coming on the 2nd of January. It will feature all the KOF skins and its premium supply event will be there too. Check out this detailed video to know the recharge task, patterns and more. From January 15 to February 13, the popular Dawning Star series skins are coming back for a limited time. And there's more, don't miss the Dawning Stars premium supply event which will feature 2 recharge faces. Not only that, you will be able to get special skin for free. Watch this video to learn how to grab one. Exciting news for Magic Wheels fans. The redesigned Gord Conqueror skin is available now in the Magic Wheel, but hold on, there's more. From December 20th to December 23rd, all Magic Wheel draws will be 20% off. The redesigned Carry of Watch skin will be available from December 21st to January 3rd. Get ready for some exclusive skins coming your way. First up, Faramis Mythic skin Infernal Magister will be available from December 23rd. That's not all. The same day also marks the arrival of Season 31 seasonal skin Yi Sun Shin Surging Torrent.
Because I saved my nation from falling apart.
Starlight members gear up for a new year treat. The January Starlight skin featuring Bruno Street Hive will be released on January 1st, 2024. Lapu Lapu Edlaw's Chosen will enter the Grand Collection on January 10th, 2024. This one-of-a-kind skin is must-have for Lapu Lapu fans. The revamped Mardis Capricorn skin will be available starting December 22nd. This revamped Zodiac themed skin is the best Zodiac skin of all. So get it now through the Zodiac Summer event. Gadot Kacha Tide Preserver skin will be available on January 8, 2024 for 899 diamonds. But here's the best part, during the debut week, you will get a 30% discount. On January 24th, Natin's Temporal Vortex skin will be available for purchase in the shop for 749 diamonds. It will also be discounted for the first week for 30%. So are you excited about this content? Happy with the changes made to the heroes? Feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. That will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.